Hello? Bear with me one moment. I made my noise bars a little too small. Don't know what I've touched. Whoops. Hello, and welcome to my stream. Today, it is story time with Joe. I don't know whether this is going to be story time with voices, or whether it is a voiced game. But whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to be fun. This is my aunt is a witch, and it has a cat in it, which, immediately just makes the game epic. It is developed by Graven Visual Novels, well named. It's the first one they've put on Xbox, and published by Sometimes You. It is defined as a visual novel point and click. So, I'm really excited. And it is described as a visual novel full of adventures and quests in the world of magic, where you have the incredible chance to become apprentice of one of the most peculiar and charismatic witches. It came out 25th of November last year. So that's pretty cool. Oh, thank you for the hosts, Michael, Leaky, and SK. And hello to Dan. Welcome to the channel. So I'm going to switch over to here. I'm going to put my blanket on because I forgot to put the heating on before I sat down, and now I'll have to wait until I have a tea break. But hey, So I'm hitting continue, but I haven't started it yet. I just think that's the only button. There we go. Okay, so settings. It does have noise. Okay. Whoa, okay, so we don't get... Let's slow the text speed down a little bit to make sure it's English. Sound. Music. Oh, those are just volume. Turn it up a little bit, because why not? Okay, so LT for active objects. And hello, Paul. So, you know what I really like is when it's really easy to see what is selected on a menu. What I don't like is when I can't tell whether it's active or not. And sadly, that is actually a problem with a lot of these visual novels, is it's really not obvious which one's active. And, hi Scruff, thank you for the 8th month resub. We definitely squid. Don't think those actually show on the chat thing, but yeah, cool. So I think we're starting a new game. Also, there's an owl up in the top corner on the left, which is really cute. So we will see whether we are voicing or not. Okay, so far, through the slumber, I heard voices and the engine's rattling noise. Brickstone Road. And there are the usual amount of really obscure icons, which I don't know what they mean, so I'm just going to continue pressing A. It was finally my stop. I opened my eyes and hurried to the exit. As soon as I got off the bus, I took the old Polaroid photo out of my pocket and started to walk along the path. I had to find Aunt Alice's house using the photo taken 6 years ago. It wasn't an easy task, I must say. No one cared enough to draw me a map. How could my dad draw it for me with all his very important responsibilities? like going through the jewellery catalogues to pick another diamond ring for my stepmother. Okay, so I've made the text slow, but I think I've made it a little too slow for my reading speed. So I'm just going to move that. What is S and L? S? Ah, save and load. Okay. Hi, okay. That is that's a log. That's probably skip. Okay. There we go. Right, we've figured out what the icons are. So how is everyone this fine Thursday? As I am now notorious for saying, I can't believe it's Thursday. Apparently I say that every Thursday morning. Because it just, it feels like Thursday comes so quickly. Though today has been quite long. This week has been quite long, I feel. I've had lots of meetings. I'm looking forward to having no meetings tomorrow. So I think instead of sitting in my office, I might sit on my sofa and put some TV on whilst I code. It'll be a nice break from lots and lots of video calls. I really enjoy the video calls, but, the headphones make my ears hurt, and, you have to be very on all the time. I've met some really nice people, but it'd be nice to have a day off. Not work, just the meeting part. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing okay. Today, in between voicing, we have Tropical Sour Patch Kids from Paul, because I was complaining that my supermarket didn't stock Sour Patch Kids, but I'm quite alarmed. I don't know if you can see the colour. I think it's because they're like, these are not the English ones, these are like the American ones, and one of them is bright pink. So I'm slightly alarmed. I'm slightly alarmed, but also fun. Ooh, impromptu scruff stream? And making emotes. Ooh, and thank you for the hosts, Mr. Cornus and Paul. I'm going to move my phone so I can put the radioactive sweets. Cold. Yeah, my hands are cold. You know what? I said I'd wait till my tea break. I'm just going to put the heating on real quick. Does it make my face? No! I've yet to find an actual sour sweet. I've tried, I mean, people keep on recommending like that radioactive one, but anything that looks like it should be, classified by like the FDA is probably not a good idea. But yeah, I don't tend to find sours as people say. But I mean, we will eat these on stream, and if it makes my face screw up, then you can go, aha. And you told me. But I'm just going to stick the heating on real quick. Otherwise, it'll be a josicle. I don't want to be a josicle. It's only really gotten cold this past, week or two. Before then, it was mostly, just cool, but not cold. Now it's actually cold. Oh, can everyone hear the music and me okay? Just checking. I think it's fine. I did a sound test, but, just checking that the levels are okay. I don't want the music drowning me out, but also, Can the boy be Cockney or the ant? I mean, you know me. I've got Joe, I've got slightly higher Joe, I've got slightly lower Joe, and I've got very fake Scottish Joe. I don't know how to do Cockney. I'm good. Glad the audio is good. How do you do Cockney? That is the question. Okay, first of all, I'm going to try really sour pink looking. Yeah, that's not sour. It says on the packet, sour then sweet. There was no sour. Nice taste though, but not sour. I have never seen EastEnders. But Paul apparently has an idea. Right. There's a purple one. I'll try the purple one. There's a different texture to the English ones. Not bad. Not quite sure what flavour it is. Interesting. Okay. Orange. Well, it said tropical. That one definitely tasted tropical. But then, to be fair, I never find the English Sour Patch Kids particularly sour anyway. They are nice tasting. And there's a, I'm assuming, pineapple. They taste a little bit like Jelly Babies. Yeah, okay. That one had a little bit of sour. Maybe it's mixed in. Anyway, I've tasted all the flavours now. Okay, now I don't know whether you're saying that they're better than Jelly Babies or Jelly Babies are bad. I can't eat Jelly Babies because they contain turmeric and it gives me like serious like stabby stomach pains. These ones don't have turmeric in, so I can eat them. Oh. Okay. Well, I used to like Jelly Babies before they made me sick. I do like Sour Patch Kids. I like fruit pastels. But yeah, I really would like a good sort of soury, like sherbety sour sweet. But yeah, to find a good one. But these are tasty. Actually, that pineapple one is definitely giving me a bit more sour. I understand that. Also, I'm still waiting for Paul to finish typing whatever it is I've seen that apparently will let me do a Scottish accent. Oh, and Jessie's here. Hi, Jessie. Thank you for the raid in the house. I'm just eating tropical Sour Patch Kids, which possibly from America, which are not quite like the English Sour Patch Kids, which actually taste sour. Except for this pineapple one, which definitely had a bit of a tang. So yeah. You're not raiding, you're doing a walkthrough. I like Sour Patch Kids. But yeah, I was complaining that they didn't have them at the supermarket anymore. So Paul sent me some, like a selection of different ones. So today is tropical. I'm interested in how they compare. I'm really looking forward to the blue raspberry ones. Blue raspberry makes a good sour. You got a one? Oh. Ah. Yes, but if I try and imitate you and I don't get it right, Paul, then that's just going to be embarrassing. You missed out on the game? Was there a Sour Patch Kids game? Or Jessie's game? Seneca attack. That was 10 minutes then. Yeah. Yes. I didn't manage to catch any of your stream because I had to grab some food before I started and just yeah, tired. So we'll get a couple of hours of story time in and see how it goes. Okay, these are actually quite Moorish. This one's only half a kid. I think that's usually what one calls tropical. But I can't identify the taste. Ooh. Oh my god, that is actually a Sour Patch game. And thank you, Olkesh, Ima, and Jess for the the hosts. Oh no, it got delisted. Alright, it's a platformer anyway. I have friends that have played it. Jesse's not played it. I feel like if this was available, it would be something we should get Jesse to play. This is a platformer. Yeah, licensed games. Doritos Crash Course was actually one of my favourite. Crash Course 2 got delisted and they had multiplayer on it. Sorry, picture of my niece looking adorable. Yeah, well, Crash Course 2 was actually quite fun. It was really freaking hard, and it was the first time I'd done like a platformer type thing, and I actually managed to 100% it. Crash Course 1 didn't have online, so once I'd already bought it, it didn't matter if I didn't finish it straight away. And I have a couple of gold medals left to get that are quite tricky, but yeah. No, that's fair enough, Jesse. It's just one of those things, it's like platformer, but also Sour Patch Kids. Anyway, let's get on with the story. I will butcher a Cockney accent for someone. I will try my hardest. Doritos Dash of Destruction. That? What? That sounds terrible. I'm gonna have to look that one up. How many R's in Doritos? No, it only comes up with Crash Course. On TA. So it doesn't seem to have achievements. If I put in Doritos. So if you got a link for me, then that's fine. But yeah. Oh, dinosaur. Fair enough. I don't really want to play any other 360 games other than the ones I've already started and need to finish. Because they're so slow. Oh, that would be quite cool, Ima! I always try and eat like crisps really, really quietly. So that would be quite cool. Also, now I really want Doritos. Well, I've got a shop tomorrow. I'm going to do my online shop tomorrow, so yeah, I'll get some Doritos. Or, you know, tortilla chips, just because. Same difference. Anyway. Gems of Music game. I think I missed that discussion. Or I wasn't paying enough attention to that discussion. That sounds terrible. Or possibly good. Like, bad good. Anyway. So, all I got was the... Oh, now Scarf is saying my name. Oh dear. Okay. What? I think I saw the seeds. I saw you switch games. And then, yeah. Oh! You have a new emote! I like it. Eating Doritos stealthily in a cinema. No, they actually sell, like, Doritos at a cinema. There's no stealthily eating them. Yes, definitely new emote height. Awesome. It's obviously very recent. It's not showing up on my chat list thing. I'd have to check that out. Are you streaming tonight? Is it a Pokemon thing? Yeah, I've been streaming long enough that mine are auto-approved now. So, anyone that has done lots of bits will get access to the Bleep Bloop one, because I added another one, because why not? But don't feel like you have to donate bits. I just wanted to fill up slots of things. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, I will raid you and then I can refresh and check out the emotes. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the story, because, you know, I'm doing this thing where I talk for 20 minutes and don't actually play the game, and then, you know, 3 hours later we've done chapter 1 or the prologue. Like with Vera. Prologue done in 3 hours. That was ridiculous. Yes. So all I got was this old photo taken when my mother and father visited Aunt Alice. I'm on the wrong thing again. There we go. By the way, my father had to prove how much he loves Sophia almost every week, and the prices of the presents were increasing rapidly. This is exactly the reason why I didn't get a new bike for my last birthday. My father just patted me on the shoulder and gave me $5 to go get something for myself. I think my stepmother is pure evil. She might be the evilest evil in the entire universe. This is a very dramatic child. And I know that my mum, who was smiling at me from the photo, would agree. Her smile was so warm and pleasant, unlike the cold grin of my stepmother. I swear that when I see her putting the meat in the grinder while watching me with her little sparkling eyes, I sometimes feel like my life is in danger. But now I am far away and she can't touch me with her long, pale fingers. I've already been here once. When I was little, my mother brought me with her to see her sister. At that time, everything seemed so dreamlike and unreal to me. Aunt's house truly was a magical place, full of miracles. Of course, since I was just a kid, I was imagining things. Still, I had a lot of fun during my stay. It didn't really matter if it was only a fantasy, because I was having a good time there. Gosh. I am really glad I left that stuffy bus and was finally able to get some fresh air. I couldn't wait to see the place from my childhood. I wonder if I could imagine something magical now. I walked along a narrow path covered in leaves. It was so nice to walk in the woods with pleasantly chill autumn wind on my face. Sun was pouring its bright colours from the sky, drawing interesting patterns on thick branches. Magnificent fir trees were surrounding me, and the birds were singing their beautiful songs merrily. This warm atmosphere lifted my spirits, and I couldn't help but smile. I mean, it's called My Aunt is a Witch, so I'm assuming his aunt is a witch. Yeah, sure. If your aunt is an actual witch and you're not just being mean, then this is totally you. It was so pleasant to walk through the forests in peace and quiet, especially after living in a noisy city for so long. Not so much of a wilderness after all, and the village must be close to my aunt's house. Last time, my parents and I went there to see the toy fair. My stupid stepmother probably thought she was sending me to live in some kind of dump, but fortunately it wasn't so bad. Maybe I could even make friends with the guys from the village. Some part of me would like to fall lazily on the sofa and turn on the comedy show with JL, but I felt that something interesting and huge was waiting for me. Strange feeling for a 12-year-old boy who was just kicked out of the house by a grumpy stepmother. By the way, she herself should sometimes get out of the city to enjoy the fresh air, instead of sitting there all day. She's always at home or at work. It's probably why she's so pale and constantly complaining about everything to my dad. For a split second, I paused and asked myself why I ever thought that Aunt Alice would be happy to see me in the first place. This keeps on switching between, like, first person and third person, which is kind of disconcerting. It's like narrator to inner voice. Could she suddenly change, grow old, and become just as grumpy as my stepmother? During my last day, my auntie and I seemed to get along well, and we had a lot of fun together, but who knows what was going on in the minds of these adults. Suddenly, I felt my tummy rumbling. The last time I ate was early in the morning. I was given just a couple of apples for the road. The last one was now in my pocket. Oh, right. Interesting, Jessie. I mean, I just assumed it was another visual novel. I was quite happy to see that it got point and click, because you know me and point and clicks. It also says 1 to 2 hours. It's obviously if you have full text skip on, which probably means it's a good couple of streams for me. But that's cool. I'm never going to get anywhere if I don't finish telling the story. But good perspective to have. I hadn't realised you'd streamed it. I must have missed that. Yeah, but you know me, that's the whole point. I like the text. It's story time with Joe! Couple of apples. Groping for a round green apple, I slowly took it out and bit off a decent piece. Ugh! It's so sour. I was surprised that it wasn't poisoned after all, since it was my stepmother who gave it to me. It's like a combination between Cinderella and Snow White. And possibly a little bit of The Boy Who Lived. I don't really want to name because, you know, that author is terrible, but, you know, except it's Ginger. But yeah, got the round glasses. I don't know. We will see. What a nasty woman, indeed. Well, at least she wasn't here, so I didn't need to listen to her endless comments and complaints. Sit straight, Thomas. You eat like a savage. Elbows off the table. Stop gnawing the pen. My war with her was over for now, but I was a little worried what would happen to my father. I guess his relationship with her wasn't bad. He at least didn't have to fear to be tortured with sour apples. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. It's just always a shame when franchises that you like have such horrible stuff associated with it. Yeah, it's about separating the art from the artist, but also not wanting for that artist to profit from their, you know, shit. It's hard. Very, very hard to deal with. But anyway, suddenly, I smelled something. It came from the depths of the forest. I breathed in deeper, and the pleasant aromas of cinnamon and boiled condensed milk tickled my nose. How appetizing! The aroma of baked goods coming from behind the trees was so inviting that it turned me into a predator stalking prey. And even though my hunger was stilled for now, I really wanted to try Aunt's cooking. I even felt a taste of something sweet in my mouth. God, it smells good! This is working out pretty well so far. I could have been sent to the Evergreen boarding school for boys, from which, according to rumours, no one had ever returned. And the guys at school were telling such frightening stories about this terrible place that it almost turned into one of the most disturbing urban legends. Chasing this pleasant smell, I found myself in a clearing. Owl! In the distance, there was a cliff, and judging by the photo, the house should be right there. But it wasn't. Not believing my eyes, I took a few steps forward and looking carefully at the photo. That's right, the house should be here. And suddenly, I saw it. I saw the outline of a house standing on the very edge of the cliff. It seemed to have emerged from the air. What a funny picture. It looks like it had been chased there by all these sharp fir trees, but it didn't jump off the cliff anyway. My imagination sometimes likes to play games. Why didn't I notice it at once? Smoke poured from the chimney and a delicious smell came out of the windows. It seemed I wasn't mistaken, and a great dinner was waiting for me. I didn't even have time to come up the porch as the door suddenly swung open. There's a floating cat and a witch on a broom. I somehow think he's going to be going, maybe I didn't imagine the magic. Also, the kitty stole the cookie. Naughty kitty. A black cat with a cookie between its teeth jumped out of the house. He was followed by Aunt Alice riding on a broomstick. A broomstick! Colourful sparks were shooting from her hands. What is going on here? I couldn't believe my own eyes. I immediately wanted to run away, hoping to catch up with the bus. But at the same time, I felt like clapping my hands with some strange joy. My aunt laughed so wickedly and viciously that a cold chill ran down my back. This is Alice. I could make her a witchy voice if you want, but I won't be able to keep it up. I suppose this is an evil voice. You ate all my cookies, rascal. I'll skin you alive. Just wait until I get my hands on you. Skin alive? Auntie began to chase the cat around the house, firing colourful sparks at him. Various luminous figures appeared around my aunt every now and then, and I looked at it spellbound. Finally, common sense took over. Of course, this is just a dream. I probably fell asleep during the trip. A purple glowing ball flew out of my head, showering me with bright sparks. My earlier assumption immediately collapsed, and I opened my mouth again in surprise. No, this couldn't be true. It just couldn't. My common sense continued to fight, but it was obviously losing. This is just crazy. I jumped to the place where the glowing ball fell and touched the burnt grass. God, it's hot. Damn it. Is it really true? Are you kidding me? My aunt continued to rush with the cat around the house, time after time flying over the gulp. How is that even possible? Can it be? Magic. Meanwhile, the cat ran around the house numerous times, but suddenly he changed direction, rushing towards me. I stood still like a statue. In a blink of an eye, this long-tailed creature climbed upon me. I see you found yourself a shelter, rascal. Get down, Thomas. What? Next time, you'll get yourself under control, Grimoire. My aunt aimed her finger at my head, and a red spark flew out of it. See you. With a powerful flow of magic, Alice sent the cat into the depths of the forest, and the fluffy ball disappeared in the leaves. I could have died. You almost killed me? No need to worry, since you are alive. And how could I ever kill my adorable nephew? She beamed at me and came closer as if nothing had happened. It's been ages. How I've missed you, Thomas. I couldn't get over what I just saw. My aunt hugged me so tightly I almost lost the ability to perceive reality, along with the ability to breathe. Auntie, what on earth just happened? That was the most impudent cat on the whole planet. If you were talking about Grimoire, of course. I'm talking about all those sparks? That broom? That's nothing. Witch stuff. Witch stuff? I struggled to suppress a cry of delight. Meanwhile, Alice began to examine me. Also, that music is a todge loud. Possibly still a bit loud. Hang on. Bear with me a moment. I don't know if that made any difference. I just didn't want it drowning me out. Anyway, meanwhile, Alice began to examine me. You've become thinner since our last meeting. This nasty Sophia doesn't give you any food. Who cares, Auntie? That was incredible. Why is this such a surprise for you? Didn't your dad tell you I'm a witch? Well, he said, but this is... This is real magic, damn it. Watch your tongue, young man. But it's really great that you liked it. How are you feeling? Barrier might have taken some power from you when you were getting through it. Is it because of magic that I didn't see the house from a distance? Right you are. This house is not visible to those who are not looking for it. And if you are looking for it, it'll immediately show up when you come closer. That's how it is. She smiled again. She smelled kind of familiar. I think it's my mum's perfume. Yes, your mum and I had similar tastes for a lot of things, but unfortunately not for men. She grinned and sighed. It just so happened that my boyfriend turned out to be a piece of work, and I just had to turn him into a cat. Now here's my pet. Wow, don't tell me that was your boyfriend who was just sitting on my head. She nodded. I opened my mouth even wider in surprise. She turned her boyfriend into a cat. Wow. Well, on the other hand, I should calm down. What if she turned me into a bug or a mouse if I put my hands on the table or forgot to make my bed or... Auntie put her hand on my shoulder, interrupting my disturbing thoughts. Don't worry, Thomas, I won't hurt you. I am a good witch. And besides... This grimoire continues to annoy me even when being a cat, so I didn't give him a tail for nothing. This fluffy bag devoured all the cookies I had baked for your arrival. You might not understand it now, but sometimes a girl just has to turn her nasty boyfriend into an animal of some kind. I just nodded. Relationships are not my thing at all. Well, I'm only 12. But if one of the girls in my school told a friend that she'd turned a guy into a cat, the next day she would be locked in a cookie house. Just imagine, flying brooms and cats that were once people. I wondered what was going to happen next. I still can't believe that this is real magic. Of course it is real, there is no other. It was very difficult to believe what was happening, especially the part where Auntie claimed to have turned her boyfriend into a cat. But no matter how crazy it sounded, it seemed to be the truth. Well, the voice was more evil when she was being evil, and then it's gone more posh since she's not evil. But you know me, consistency in voices, not my forte. This is great. Well, except for the cat thing. I think I will like your place. No doubt about that. It's getting colder. We should get inside. I'll give you some hot tea. Okay? She walked quickly towards the house. I looked back at the forest. What about Grimoire? Hurry up, Thomas. I don't want you to get cold. Oh, and don't worry about this rascal. He'll be alright. He always finds his way home. Wow. That lamp has a face. I love it. No, I made it softer. Which made it sound slightly posh. It was evil posh, and now it's soft posh. We went inside, and I went inside the house, and I found myself in a pretty spacious hallway with a huge sofa stretching across the wall. There were some pictures on the walls and a toothy wolf skin under the sofa. I wonder if that was actually a toothy wolf. In horror, I stared at this monster, which seemed like it had just crawled from under a child's bed, like some kind of furry boogeyman. Welcome to the witch's house. That's very cute in here, Auntie. I said it in a cheerful voice, still looking at the shaggy monster under the sofa. Thank you. I tried to tidy up for your arrival, remove dried mice and all the rubbish that was hanging here for years. I want you to feel at home. With difficulty, I pried my eyes away from the monster on the floor and looked at my aunt. I didn't know you were expecting me. Auntie put the broom against the wall and smiled at me. Your father told me you weren't getting along with your stepmother, and I suggested that you should come and stay at my place. He agreed. This woman, Sophia, has completely clouded his mind. From what he told me, I realized that she was pure evil. So I told her on purpose that I urgently needed a servant to keep the house clean. She immediately suggested I should take you and began to describe you as an extremely diligent worker. You would clean and dust the furniture and wouldn't be afraid of any work and so on. Ugh, what a devilish woman. Apparently she wanted you to live in the worst place possible. That is why I told her that hell on earth awaits you right here. She was so happy, as if she had won $1 million in the lottery, and said that she would send you on the first bus tomorrow. I want to play Among Us! If it hadn't been, literally now, I would totally have played. You have to invite me to the next one, Scruff. I love Among Us. I even have, a proper Discord mic thing set up. Yeah, you should definitely do that. I mean, I am literally no good at being the imposter, but I do really like the game. I'm really good at doing the tasks. Seismic timeout. Yeah, I totally won by reactor timeout one game. It was hilariously funny. Because it was on a 2 imposter thing, and they got on my co-imposter straight away. Yeah, just kept on doing the reactor thing, and at one point everyone just was like, oh well, someone must be dead, went in the other direction, and then no one did the reactor, and it was like, I won, because everyone was so suspicious that there was a dead person somewhere, and I didn't even kill anyone. It was funny. But yeah, I've not played it in a while. I think I played it this year. I mean, yes, you can play with Randozimer, but it's not the same. Because everyone quits out if they're not the imposter. And then some person suggests someone, and then it's just like sheep. And then it's just not fun. It's only fun if you play with friends, really. Also, hi Reese! I've not done any shoutouts today. Would one of my mods mind doing some shoutouts for people's... I have buttons, but I'm trying to read. And now I'm gonna eat a weird Sour Patch Kid. You have Alzheimer. We're your friends, I think. Sour Patch Kid. Yeah, except they're not really sour. They taste a little bit like American Jelly Babies, but with a little bit of sherbet on. The English versions are slightly more sour and slightly more jelly-y inside. But they're very Moorish. Very Moorish. I probably shouldn't have put the bowl right next to me. Sour Punch straws. I mean, I like the sherbet straws. I used to call them Kaylee straws. I used to down those by the dozen. It's probably why I'm immune to sour. Killed all my taste buds when I was a kid. It was basically just like sherbet sugar. They were amazing. Oh god, I wonder what happened to them. I was literally just mainlining pure sugar. Probably not a good thing, but yeah. Oh, those were nice. But yeah, I think I just like killed all of the sour detectors on my tongue. So now nothing really tastes sour. Not even lemon. Lemon tastes kind of sweet. Yeah, I probably just broke my taste buds. That seems reasonable. But yes. And yes, hi, Reese. I hope you are doing okay. I'm sorry I haven't sent you any cat pictures today. I've been very busy. I will make up for that tomorrow. So, someone's sending pictures of crafty stuff. I also have a picture of my niece wearing a unicorn towel, which is just the most adorable thing. So, and I'm doing the whole getting distracted during story time. You think I'd learn not to do them on a Thursday when everyone comes? Oh, wall-to-walls as well. Yeah, I've been doing interviews, so it's not just a meeting, it's a meeting where I have to pay attention. But hey, I think we're really close to hiring our first position, which is cool. So, yeah. Now I'm just distracted by the fact that some of the hats seem to have faces on them. As well as the lampshade. This is just a really cute game. Anyway, she was so happy as if she had won $1 million in the lottery and said that she would send you on the first bus tomorrow. Sophia is really cruel. I think that she is not a human at all, but some kind of beast. Maybe I should put her in my creature book archive. Sophia, a demon eating little boys is good mood. I chuckled. She sure is. By the way, how old are you? Recently turned 12? Wow, you're not a little boy anymore. Well, most likely I'm just not as naive as before. She slightly pushed me with her elbow. And what kind of lucky girl stole the heart of such a handsome boy? I blushed a bit. I think it's still too early for that. For now, I'm mostly interested in books. Ah, so we have a wunderkind here. Good news. Take your time to look around while I put some more cookies in the oven, or I'll have nothing to treat you with. That damn cat has devoured it all. My aunt walked straight into the adjacent room. I threw off my backpack, propped my glasses, and looked around. Okay, I'm turning it over. Every time someone sends a cool crafty picture, it lights up and it's distracting me. There were lots of brooms here, and I noticed that they had different handles. Some had thick and crooked sticks. Others were straight and thin. I was in a good mood, and just for fun, I grabbed the closest broom and mounted it as if I were flying on a broomstick. Then I took one of the hats and put it on my head. Look, Auntie! I look like a real sorcerer. Why can't we get it in the picture? I want to see what he looks like. And, oh, Little Nightmares. I have one. I have to do that for one of my warboats. But I got stuck in the kitchen trying to do some achievement with food. Or just trying to do the puzzle with the food. And I never went back to it. It's a good game. I'm not sure whether I want to play 2 yet. I really want to finish 1. I might do that this weekend, actually. I have 3 achievements that I know I need to get to sink boats. I know exactly which 3 will sink 2 more boats. And then the only problem is that I can't find the last boat, which is the 2 boat. Sank the 4 boat. I sank a 3 boat, I think. Yes, I did. I can sink the 5 if I play a little bit of Bioshock 2 and a little bit of Degrees of Separation. And I can sync the other 3 with Little Nightmares, but it involves finishing the game. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the game. Played it for UHH or something. I'm fairly certain I remember. Maybe it was a competition, or maybe I just played some of it. And I just got a little bit stuck in the kitchen. No, 100% Dan. I'm fairly certain that my 5 boat is there. It's not part of the 2. Though I see what you mean. I know where the 3 is. I know I need to play Little Nightmares for the 3. I made an assumption. I know I still need to play Degrees of Separation and Bioshock. That should sink the ship. If it doesn't, then I found my 2. But I'm fairly certain it will, and then I just have to find the 2. It's just basically just knocking out as many as many holes in the board as I can. The 2 ship is just evil. Really evil. But I've played quite a few games. I've gotten a good chunk of achievements knocked out, so pretty pleased. Pretty pleased, to be fair. But yeah. So I've got 3 that I'm definitely going to play this weekend and stuff, but don't know about... I just don't know where the 2 is, or might be. And because it's a 2, it's not any point in looking up the possibilities because I can see. You're sitting at 0? You've not even sunk a boat? But you have to sink a boat. Otherwise you won't get the badge. Did you not get good achievements? Real sorcerer, but we don't see him in the hat. It's really annoying. What is it, Tom? What is it, Thomas? Her voice came from afar. Judging by the noise coming from the room, she must have been busy in the kitchen. I don't know who this is, so what kind of joke is this, you wretched boy? It sounded from somewhere above. Jumped up on the spot. The hat flew off my head to the floor and looked at me accusingly. Surprised, I dropped the broom. Auntie? The sound of quick steps could be heard. Oh dear, Thomas, what were you thinking? She abruptly ran up to me, picked up the broom and the hat. I'm so sorry, Madam Bonright. Oh, it's that hat. Auntie wiped the hat carefully and hung it on a hook. I've been here for years now. I've never seen such impudence. What a naughty boy. Who is this brazen fool, Alice? This is my nephew, Thomas. I was staring at the hat in total disbelief. My mind simply refused to understand things. You need to urgently discipline this boy, Alice. This wicked, dissolute boy is bad news, as your deceased mother and my mistress always said. Rules. The most important thing about education. Bonright grinned, quite satisfied. You see, even your hat has better manners than this young man. It's good that you remember it too, Ignacy Petrovich. I didn't have a chance to forget. You repeated it 100 times, madam. You shouldn't raise your voice at me, you know. She suddenly snored. Alice pointed her wand, which seemed to have appeared from thin air, away from the hat, and sighed in relief. I don't know, Ima. There's a plane or everything's vibrating, and someone slammed the door in the corridor, and my door is whomping again. I'm just getting distracted. At least upstairs seems to have shut up. It's not like they were having a party earlier. Earthquake in London? Don't think so. Very unlikely. We're not on a tectonic plate. Or a barrier, anyway. But no. No. I think I'm just gonna have a drink of tea. No, just, easily distracted by things, and it's cold, and it's Thursday. I meant the place on a plate where you're likely to get earthquakes. Yes, obviously we're on a tectonic plate because, the whole Earth is made up of that, but I knew what I meant. I just didn't say it very well. It's just random noises and distracty things. I think I've just got a slight headache coming on anyway. My ear was hurting yesterday. Not hurting as much today, but sort of, I took some paracetamol earlier, but I think they've worn off. I'll just try and get some sleep. Make sure I hydrate. Spoke too soon, upstairs are noisy again. So we have talking hats, which explains the faces, to be fair. It isn't not polite to interrupt, but if she gets started, she will never stop. I mean, I've heard that it's a good game, but I don't think it's a game that I would play, but feel free to get it so you can stream it so I can see the game. Yes, this old bag has totally gone nuts. Let me introduce myself, lad. My name is Ignatiy Petrovich. This hat? I cannot believe it's talking. That is just... There's definitely a work of art, Scruff. Definitely. Alright, I'm refreshing so I can get the new emotes. There we go. Full complement of Scruff faces. And this fellow does not know where hats come from. Right, Alice? Auntie nodded. No, he knows nothing about our world. Witch hats are woven in special magic workshops, most often from living thread, and they get their names from their creators. Mine had Russian roots, so he called me after his eldest son. It's very simple, Thomas. Oh, I see. That's very simple. Auntie smirked. Is it really? No, not at all. What kind of explanation was this? What kind of live thread? What special workshops? He talked to me as if I knew about this kind of stuff. The hat thought for a while. Judging by your facial expression, you didn't understand a damn thing. Well, let me ask you, where do you think a person's soul comes from? As existence has not yet been proven? I responded readily. The question was simple enough, and any kid could answer it. That's the same thing here. It's not clear how everything works. Some magicians believe that the souls of the dead live in the hats. Others think that they are the souls of the unborn. Pick any version you like, and it will be all right. Either way, nothing will change. I myself am not a supporter of any of these arcane theories. I prefer real science. Shall we practice philosophy some other time, please? Thomas and I need to look around the house. Oh god, now she's gone Scottish and I've lost my bloody evil witch voice. Thomas and I need to look around the house, and you, Igny, should be engaged in composing a new catalogue for my potion shop. Wow, you've got your own store? That's right! That's right, I like it so much. I love numbers, but to be honest, Alice, it's such a bummer that we don't have much profit from this business. We have to pay the rent in that village. Firstly, this is not a shop, but a stall. Secondly, it is not yours, Igni, but mine. And thirdly, I've got a lot of nice private orders recently. Thomas, things are getting better. Ha ha ha. Don't listen to this nonsense, lad. Alice's business is weak. Although we are trying to hold on. Thanks to me, of course, and it was my idea to open a shop in the first place. Hey, Igni, oh you arrogant old fool. I see you're getting on well with Auntie, Ignati Petrovich. Please call me Igni, my young friend, and now I need to have a nap. Put me back on the hook, Alice. I still have a lot of work to do, but I need to have some rest first. Auntie mumbled something to herself. Then she took off her hat and put it on a peg next to the other hats and looked at me again. Well, back to the basics. The home of a witch is inhabited by a lot of talking things, Thomas. Not only hats can be alive, you should be more careful. This one is not a regular house. Any object can be dangerous in some way or another. You can't just touch everything you wish if you want to keep all your limbs. You were really lucky to pick a regular broom for your jokes and not a real witch's broom. I nodded. My hands were still shaking. Killer brooms, talking hats. Some nut house. Auntie put a hand on my shoulder. There are a lot of dangerous things in this house, but isn't that wonderful? The uncertainty of tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that I would still want to be alive tomorrow. Well, in that case, you should be most careful, my dear nephew. Sure thing. All this is so incredible. Truth is, from what my father told me, I thought you were some kind of charlatan or psychic, but not a real witch. She ruffled my hair. Now, for calling me a charlatan, I could turn you into a bug. After all, I have a license for magic. Here, take a look. She pulled out the chain around her neck, which was hidden behind a high collar, and took out a magical amulet. Alice ran her finger along the thin edge of the amulet, and it opened, shining brightly. An inscription appeared in the air. Alison McIvory, witch, potion maker, and charmer since 1974. Then the amulet closed. It certainly looked very magical and amazing, but nothing could beat a talking hat. And yet, I was shocked and almost collapsed. It was way too much for me. Oops. I started to fall over, but my aunt caught me by the hand. Easy, Thomas. Everything will be fine. You just need to get used to magic. Don't touch the brooms. They are very dangerous creatures. This joke of yours. You're lucky you didn't mount the witch's broom. I just wanted to make a joke. I'm so sorry. I'm not mad at you, but you should be more careful. It could have ended very badly. They need to be very carefully handled. Sorry. And clean from dust. Otherwise, they will rebel and you will end up like one of my students, Gabriel. A broom beat her to death after she dropped it right on the floor into an ugly spider's web. Talking hats, killer brooms, the magic of the house seemed no longer funny to me. I turned pale with horror and looked around cautiously. Pumpkin over by the door. What if it bit someone's head off? And these pictures? Maybe they'd hit the souls looking at them. And this terrible carpet? How many innocent children did it tear to pieces with its fangs? For a second, it seemed to me that I wasn't in my aunt's house, but deep in the forest in some hut, packed with the living dead. I shouldn't have watched horror movies at night. Thomas, I guess I scared you a little. Of course. Poor thing. What an unenviable end, and it's more dangerous here than it might seem at first glance. Honestly, it's more dangerous here than in a dark forest alone with hungry wolves. That is why I need you to behave well and be an obedient boy. I would be very obedient. Of course I would. My life depended on it. Auntie brought me into the next room, and we found ourselves in the kitchen. Well, this looks slightly more normal. I mean, it looks like there is definitely some kind of hidden door there, that archway. The chandelier looks like it's about to strangle someone. And there's a fish. But, you know, aside from that, where's the sink? Probably on the other wall. Oh, I do apologise for the yawning. That bowl has little ears. I have one of those. I immediately sat down at the table, and my aunt began to stir something in a large saucepan. This rascal Grimard you were so worried about ate all the cookies and didn't even leave you crumbs. but another load of cookies is going to be ready soon. He might have been hungry. No, he just really loves cookies. Which is his favourite? It's not about what his favourite cookie is, Thomas. It's about being naughty. By the way, he's a very cute cat. Our pattern, but it's a bit disturbing considering he's your boyfriend. Hi, Dicky. Auntie frowned. Correction, ex-boyfriend. He's been like this for more than a year, so I think he wouldn't mind if you pat him. He actually loves it, but will most likely keep up an act. Personally, I would flog him to the very edge of existence, but you seem to have a thing for him. I love cats. I once had one. Her name was Peach. My stepmother kicked him out because he had ruined her dress. Hi, Rich! Welcome to Storytime with Joe, where I do terrible, atrocious accents. This is my aunt is a witch. And that's Thomas on the left, and that's Alice's aunt, who is a witch. Also, turned her ex-boyfriend into a very cute cat. Oh dear. And I keep on getting distracted from the story. And yawning. Which I do apologise for, but it has been a very long week. Very long week. It's good. It's all good. I've got this weekend to look forward to. Well, it's nice of you to say so, Leaky. Nice of you to say so. My father bought her exactly the same dress, but it didn't help. Your stepmother is even worse than it might seem at first. This is just unfair. She has 100 of those dresses and I only had one friend. Alice sighed. Gilmore is certainly not Peach, but I think you two will be good friends. Auntie hurried to put the kettle on the fire, took out the ready cookies from the oven and began to lay out the dough and cutters from the next portion of cookies. There were a variety of forms. Ghosts, houses, pots and pumpkins. I began to examine them as I sipped my tea, trying to ward off bad thoughts. Hopefully Peach was sheltered by someone and was now quite well and comfortable. Auntie put a plate with still hot cookies in front of me. Help yourself. Thank you. Are the all so strange? Is it because Halloween is coming soon? No, Halloween has nothing to do with it. I'm a witch. I always use these cookie cutters. I especially like cute goats. I especially like cute ghosts. Not goats. Ghosts. The village kids love those very much. She threw up her hands. Of course, you are absolutely right. Halloween is coming soon, and little ghosts, goblins, and my other work colleagues will come to my house. By the way, the witch's costume is the most popular outfit for that day. Almost all the village girls will put on caps and robes. We'll need to prepare sweets for all of them, so we definitely need more cookies. No problem. I often cooked with my mother, and I can help you with this a little. Thank you, Thomas. That would be very helpful. Her eyes were filled with sadness. My students used to help me with this, but for more than a year now I haven't had a license to train young sorcerers and potion makers. The council deprived me of this right, and to earn it back I must prepare and present to them at least one worthy mage. But after all those accidents with my students, parents don't want to risk their dear children. They are ready to send them to learn to anyone, even to mad, blind Ovish, but not to me. Why? What happened? Thanks for the host, Opie? All of my students happen to be very irresponsible and naughty, and they all perished before their training even started. She was actually upset, and slowly continued to stir something in a large saucepan. I didn't know what to say. Now at the annual Sabbath, when all the witches fly, I become a joke every time. Like, look at her, not one of her students was ever presented to the Witch Council. Don't worry, Auntie, I'll be okay. And last time, one of the witches suggested I should first train on cats and then teach children. Irvish. Irvish! Yes, things looked really bad, but suddenly I had an idea. Auntie, I think I can help you. I was one of the best at school. I could be a student and the council will see that you are a good mentor. Thank you, Thomas, but I don't think you possess even first level magic, my dear nephew. But I can learn how to make potions. Make potions? Auntie's eyes glittered slyly. Right, Thomas the potion maker. She shook her head. No, this is a bad idea. Too dangerous. I was a scout and I faced a lot of dangers. Oh, thank you for the Prime subscription, Rich. Really appreciate that. My voice sounded confident. I still didn't fully realise what I was doing, and of course, I was afraid of the consequences. But I couldn't retreat. I wanted to help my aunt. So would Mum. In addition, I also needed to occupy myself with something. Her eyes were so sad, just like those of the kitten that I'd found near the school. I saw how the older children mocked him, forcing him to run after a paper fish. The kitten was so hungry he began to chew on it, and they just scoffed at him. I knew they were stronger than me, but I still stood up and helped the kitten. And then I took him home and gave him a fish and a name. Peach. My auntie's look reminded me of him again, of my old friend. Are you sure you can do it? After all, this training can turn out deadly. Yes? No, Auntie, I've changed my mind. I don't like this idea at all. Good. I will teach you everything, don't worry. Well, I will try my best not to let you down. Can you show me the rest of the house? I think it's quite dangerous to wander around alone. Of course, Thomas, it is dangerous here. I will tell you how to behave in this house. Good. I am very glad that you volunteered to help me. I hope you won't follow the steps of my other students. I think I can handle learning. We can handle it, and Auntie has something for you. Intriguing. Making potions is a very difficult job, so you'll need an assistant. Luckily, I have a tame, handy potion specialist. Come on, dear, come closer. Oh dear, I felt something soft touch my foot. Grimoire oppositely came out from under the table and built a magic cloud from the smoke. The cat quickly climbed on it and patted with his paw next to himself. Okay, apparently the cat needs a voice. I keep eating the orange ones. Expecting it to be orange. It's not orange. But I can't place it. It's what one would call tropical, but it is a fruit, I think. What accents do cats have? I don't know. I mean, I watched the entire Cats film, and I still couldn't tell you. I could just do a gruff voice. Get on it. Let's move out of here, boy, before she leaves you somewhere in the forest. I will teach you how to make potions. We will trade well and live in the open air, happily ever after. Honey. I am no honey for you, Hellcat. You threw me into the forest again, and just because of your stupid cookies. They are the only joy in my furry life. It's good that you hadn't locked the back door like you did last time, or I'd have had to climb up to the greenhouse window. Here you go. And Auntie pouted her lips. And I thought I was your only joy. Rather the curse. What did you pair there? The witch made a dramatic gesture with her hand, fished her wand out of thin air and aimed it at the cat. Grimoire sighed. What did you want of me, love? Couldn't resist the temptation, and I ran up to the cat, picked it up, and hugged it. Alice, dear, what is this? You can cuddle him, all right. He loves it. He doesn't. I am the most dangerous criminal. Ah, how nice. Oh, kitty, what a cute cat. You want me to scratch you behind the ear? Meow. Damn it. What a pleasure. That's good. It's great you two are getting along, Grimoire. I will leave the boy to your care while I'm busy in the store in the village. Grimoire couldn't answer. His mouth broke into a smile. As he and Auntie needed to talk, I put him on the sofa. Well, so be it, but if he will be He didn't have time to finish. Auntie cheerfully answered without listening. He will be smart and won't do anything stupid. Everything will be fine. She looked at me. Grimoire will give you useful tips and advice while working on potions, and will help you find ingredients around the house. Well, roger that. Thank you, Mr. Grimoire. Grimoire nodded and lay down to sleep on the windowsill. Just don't squeeze him too much. He sometimes bites. I will try to remember that. Thomas, I'm sure you'll be a dream team together. We won't let you down. She smiled. Is there any other children around here to make friends with? There seems to be a village not far from here. Alice slightly averted her eyes. Do I not know something? Thomas, I don't think the village kids would want to play with the witches students after the, last incident. What happened? You did say that kids often come to you at Halloween? At Halloween, yes, they do. Auntie, you're keeping something from me? Well, a little. It's just... My last student wanted to impress the milkman's daughter and summon the ghost of her dog. It was an awful mistake, because the dog was extremely unfriendly. Poltergeist made such a mess in the village that it is unlikely that the boys there would want to deal with you. They would expect some wild tricks from you. By the way, the girl moved to the city after that incident. Oh, I see. I think I should stay away from the village for a while. It was a pity, of course. I had very few friends at school, so I wouldn't mind making them here. But it seemed quite impossible in the near future. Auntie noticed that I was a little sad. There, don't you worry, my dear nephew. Everything will be fine. I won't let you get bored during your training. Sounds dangerous. No worries. Gradually you'll get used to everything. I understand that all this is new to you. Even I was quite afraid when putting on my biting hat for the first time. And for some time I couldn't get used to his voice, which constantly dictates what to do and curses. The voice is not the worst, but the biting part is really worrisome. I remember how Ignatius Petrovich almost bit off my little finger. It was so funny. Auntie, this is not at all reassuring. She frowned. Well, I got carried away a little. Of course, I sometimes fight with my hat, but I really appreciate Ignatius Petrovich. He is the best in the business. He is very good at economics and market trading, which is why he keeps track of the price list for potions and also edits it. Here, take a look. She showed me a list of her goods. Just imagine, Auntie, a talking hat does business for you. Well, yes, he helps me a lot. Oh, okay, right. I have one of the little red ones. Or hot pink. I really like that flavour. No idea what it is, but I like it. The only one I'm fairly certain of is that the white one's a pineapple. I can't think of any tropical fruit, you see, to put names to things. I guess the orange could be like mango. You missed the beginning of the stream, Leaky. So, well, the story is that I usually got Sour Patch Kids from Tesco's. And last time I did a shop, I happened to be talking to Paul, and I was complaining that they didn't have them anymore. They took them out of stock. So, of course, roll on today, and I get several packages of Sour Patch Kids through the post. The first of which I'm trying tonight, which is tropical Sour Patch Kids. I'm still not certain that they're sour, but they are actually quite tasty. So, yeah. sure what the purple is. And then I'm trying to think of tropical fruits to figure out what it is I'm eating. So we've got pineapple. Does mango count? Maybe the orange one's a mango. I don't know. If anyone can think of any tropical fruits, then do let me know. Yeah, maybe it's mango, because they sort of... The orange ones are nice. Then the red ones... Well, Tesco didn't even sell the stripy cake. Ooh, papaya. You see, I've never had a... Ooh, passion fruit. I wonder if the red one's a passion fruit. Haven't had a... Oh, guava. Maybe the purple one's a guava. No, none of them are coconut, thank God. Pineapple. Mango, it could be mango or papaya, I guess. Passion fruit and guava. There we go. Teamwork. Yeah, if guava are the purpley ones, not my favoritist. Oh. Well, there's no green, so... Purple a passion fruit, orange. Yeah, but what is tropical fruit? And what is paradise punch? But yeah, that's not green, that's white. But I'm assuming you found a list somewhere. Isn't that the fruit that smells like feet? I'm very glad you don't have durian. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so passion fruit. I don't know. I like the red ones the best, and the orange ones. And the pineapple ones the same. And the purple ones are the least, but they're not bad. At least they're not Parma violets. Whoa, that is a huge wall of text. Oh. Oh, is it a little bit like asparagus, or isn't there one where some people taste something as being soapy? Could be a genetic thing. Oh, yellow, not green. Well, it's still white, but okay. Does it explain what tropical fruit is? I mean, that's what I called it. Tropical fruit. I did say that this was the tropical fruit one. Paradise punch. I think they did like a tropical starburst at one point, and they had this same flavour. I just really like to know what the actual fruit. Yanny and Laurel? The fuck is Yanny and Laurel? Anyway, back to the story and stop eating. I paused it because I wanted to make a save. And I'm actually thinking I should get some more tea first. Also, I've totally just seen that the cat is wearing a hat in the save screen. So, I'm going to read out the book thingy, and then I'm going to take a quick tea break. And relocate the sugar to a different place so I don't keep eating it. So I'm going to have one more. I'm going to have a red one. Ah! Pink. Okay. Alice's Magic Shop. Thanks, Vicky. Low prices and new offers every week. The customer choice. Energy refresher, especially for those who are about to have a most difficult walking week. Sunny day. Someone spoiled your mood before an important event? No problem. This potion will make you feel really good. Sweet dreams, insomnia, nightmares? Forget about it. You will see only nice dreams tonight. No. Leaky shared it further up. It's no secrety things. Oh. Unless you're talking about your thing, in which case I've got no idea. I took the booklet and began to examine it. On the cover there was a large glass vessel with some kind of liquid. Hearts soared around it. The inscription under the vessel read, Alice McIvory. Potions. Quick, cheap, and with love. On the very first page there was a picture of a winking Auntie Alice holding a bottle of blue potion in her hand. I went through the booklet with great interest and even managed to get a few things that might be useful in my future work if I ever wanted to be professionally engaged in potion making. Firstly, the cheapest potion were those of instant action. Moreover, some of them had discounts. Auntie took off half the cost for some goods. Horses inflow, sunny day, and sweet dreams. Like, literally. Judging by the composition, it was pretty sugary. But besides potions that give positive effects, there were also those that could immerse the person in an abyss of grief. Oh, coriander! Yeah, thank you, Leaky. I have the there's an asparagus one. Mainly asparagus makes me very ill. I think there's various ones that different vegetables or spices or herbs taste and smell like different. But yeah. Anyway, 3 days insomnia. Annoyed by someone? Now it's your turn to psych them out. Hearing voices and seeing things are guaranteed. Apathy kiss. Your boss is driving you crazy. Now he won't even bother to get out of bed, not to mention yelling at the employees. Only today, a discount for 8 potions at once. Don't miss your chance to help your friends and settle your boss down. Deep sorrow. This one is a real revenge. If you want a person who has spoiled your life to experience the greatest personal anguish, this potion is for you. Don't miss your chance to try our potions. Magic awaits. I looked apprehensively at my aunt. She didn't meet my gaze. I know. Don't look at me like that. I am ashamed to admit, but your auntie sometimes makes all sorts of bad things. There are many evil people in the world, Thomas. One way or another, each of us commits evil at some point. Whether you like it or not, the cursed potions just sell well. I try not to take such orders, but sometimes I have to make ends meet somehow. I glumly looked at the list. 3 days insomnia, apathy's kiss, deep sorrow. Quite understand and don't blame you. I just wanted to say some of them are too cheap. Eh? What? Oh, so that's it. Yeah, it seems to me that would be only fair to sell those for a higher price. If you're planning to misuse another person, you're ready to pay a tidy sum. Besides, you've just said that they are selling well, which means they will still be of great demand. You're right, and I won't have to make nasty things so often. A couple of evil potions a month, and that's all. She laughed so cruelly and viciously that I doubted her good intentions. Sorry, habit. All the witches are laughing like that. Never mind, I'm just not used to it. By the way, where will I sleep? I think you can get settled in the basement. I even made a bed out of old dresser and table. Thank you. I hope it's not that cold down there. It's great there, but if you somehow feel that you're starting to freeze, just turn on the heating pot. It'll warm up the room quite well. How about just giving me a couple of blankets? Well, smart. It simply didn't occur to me. Eat the cookies and I'll show you the house. Okay, right, we're just going to take... Oh! I mean, I don't wish to exit, but look at that screen! It's so cute! It's a kitty. There's a kitty. I can't poke the kitty from here. Okay, so we're going to take a quick tea break. Relocate the sugar to somewhere where I'm not going to eat the entire pot today. And yeah, I will be back in a few minutes. Yes, I'm going to hide the sours and get some tea. I need to hydrate. So bear with me. I should be back soon. I think there's a bat on the hat. And the cat. It's a hat, bat, cat situation. I hope, I forgot to mute the mic, so I hope the tea kettle wasn't too loud before I got to it. It's nice and toasty warm in here, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so we don't want to exit. We want to continue with the story. Yes, hat, bat, cat. And I have tea now. I have a nice hot cup of tea, which I will not be drinking quite yet, because it just came out the kettle. I hardly touched what Auntie gave me, which was kind of a shame, as the cookies were delicious. There were different types of them, with honey, chocolate, and nuts. After finishing with the cookies, I got up from the table and hurried after my aunt. She led me down a circular staircase, probably to the basement. Well, this one looks more like a bedroom. I think the doorways are actually just doorways. They're just... There's a wall through them, so it's really hard to sort of tell. I think this is probably where her apprentices have been living. That bed does not look comfortable. Looks like it's a straw mattress. But hey. To my surprise, it was quite cozy in here, except for... Auntie Alice, that grinning skull on the shelf scares me a little. Can I cover it with a rag or move it to somewhere else? Ah, this is Jack, my latest student. He was so naughty, such a crafty boy. I couldn't keep up with him. One time I didn't keep an eye on him and he'd immediately got into trouble. Very thick folio fell on his head and hit the boy to death. So you want to see that a thick book fell on him and that was it? What a terrible death! I agree. You see what happens when a student does not obey his mentor. I warned him several times that it was worth staying away from the library. I will obey you in everything, Auntie. That's nice. Perhaps I should be more careful in the library, although I am not too sure I want to become a student of the witch at all. Where's Gabby's skull, the girl who was killed in the hallway with the broom? Well, there, in the hallway, stayed next to the brooms. May she rest in peace. Jack died in the library, but ended up in the basement. How unfair. She went up to bed and began to pick up books from the shelf hanging above it. You're not very high, though. It's better to remove the books from here so that they wouldn't fall on you. Okay. I would have never thought that there could be some deadly threat from the books. Books can be quite dangerous. That's more the knowledge than the actual book. My aunt touched one of the books and it immediately grabbed her finger with its teeth. Ouch. My God, I won't go until you promise me to return me to the kitchen. You don't belong there. You are very You don't belong there. You are very misbehaved. I only ate a couple of pages from the pastry cookbook. But the recipes were so delicious. Who else is to be blamed that you have not prepared for me all this time? I was busy. I had no orders. I worked full-time in the store. Besides, I started a small renovation there. And why should I even answer to some book? Feed me! Okay, Thomas will treat you for a couple of cookies. What, me? There, nice little book. Let me go. See my new student Thomas here? He'll feed you later. New student? And does he taste better than the previous one? No, I'm salty and nasty. Relax. I believe those who eat little boys just have bad taste. I was only joking. Do such books really exist? Oh, it's got a little frog and a little fox on his name. It's quite cute. Yes, of course. I knew one of those. Necro something. Don't remember the full name. So very strange. Oh, how hungry I am. And you will eat a bit later. And you will eat a bit later. I cannot believe it, but the book seems to have brought it. Auntie's voice was so soft and gentle, it was obvious that she was lying. Okay, Alice, but don't you forget your promise. Auntie grabbed the last volume of something mysterious from the shelf, put a pile of books on my future bed, and quickly touched it 3 times with her finger. Books instantly faded into the air. Aunt Alice glowed with pride. Okay, my personal home spell. It is simply impossible to cope with some books, so I move them around the house as I please. It's much more convenient than carrying them around. Especially if there are tooth species among them, and besides, it saves effort. The system rests on the magic of the house itself. She smiled carelessly. Indeed. My thoughts were still occupied with this biting book. How awful. I'm happy this biting one didn't fall on my head. Looks like I said it out loud. Don't worry, Thomas, it was just a little hungry. It is my cookbook. It needs to be fed with cooked dishes so that it could put marks for their taste in its notes. Don't worry. Jeez, even in your own room, you need to be constantly alert. I wonder what taste rating my head would get if the book had a chance to try it. Damn, negative thinking. I shouldn't think about such things. It's terrible. I hope I don't get eaten by anything tonight. I guess you might be a little uncomfortable here, so I prepared various potions which might help you sleep. Auntie went to the cabinet with the skull on its top and began to merrily tap her nails on glass vessels with coloured liquid. She pointed to one of the potions. This one is against nightmares. You should only take it if you woke up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night. And if you take it without good reason... Sorry. It'll work the opposite and you will witness all sorts of horror dreams. Next to it is instant sleep. It can be helpful if you suffer from insomnia, but if you just want to see a particular dream, then take Desire for the Dream and you'll get what you want. Wow, what a rich variety, but I still want to sleep naturally without magic. That's right, nothing is more useful than healthy good night's sleep, but still, I prepared it for you, just in case. Thanks for your concern, Auntie. Alice nodded, quite satisfied, and grabbing my hand, dragged me up the stairs. This is a kiddie palace! Just for a couple of seconds, we passed the hallway and the kitchen. Auntie stopped on the second floor landing. The space near the staircase was filled with a variety of things. Looks like Auntie was using this landing as a storeroom. In the corner there was a tall closet, the right door was missing, and I could see a load of jars standing on the shelves. I really wanted to believe that they were filled with jam or something sweet, but my instinct told me that wasn't the case. On the left door I noticed attached notes with some strange pictures. Perhaps these might be recipes for some potions. Auntie didn't explain to me the procedure for creating potions, so until now I knew very little about this process. The shovels of various shapes were leaning against the wall, and for some reason all the walls were covered with carpets and rugs of every size and colour, even the wall on the flight of stairs leading to the upper floor. And yet the strangest thing here was the structure in the shape of a tower, which seemed to serve Grimoire as both a house and a treadmill at the same time. There was also a chest with the image of a cat's muzzle on it, standing on the floor, in almost the centre of the room. That piqued my interest. And what is this chest with a cat for? These are the personal belongings of Grimoire. You better not touch them, Thomas. He doesn't like it. Okay. All of a sudden, Grimoire jumped out from behind the chest. Yes, these are my most personal things. If something happens to the bank vault card, blame yourself, Thomas. Before we met him, Grimoire was one of those famous criminals. He robbed banks and stole artifacts. In general, he was a very naughty, naughty cat. Yes, even in disguise, I will pull a couple of things off, you'll see. She is just jealous, Thomas, because not everything works out for her. Ah! Grimoire screamed. An energy wave threw him to the other end of the room and he rolled down the stairs. He's still a little naughty. Auntie went up the wall with carpets on it and patted one of them with her palm. Here is a door that leads to the room under the stairs. I keep my new cauldrons there. I've got a nice collection of witches' cauldrons. There are quick ones, there are those that can withstand the hellish temperatures, there are even those with the function of instant or constant boiling. There are also those who can cook all by themselves without using fire or magic. And the very pearl of my collection is a cauldron with rare runes carved at the base. In this cauldron one can make the most dangerous and deadly potions that can crush the skies themselves. We don't practice such things here. I just bought it at an auction. It was a bargain, and I really like the design, style, and ornament. Auntie, can we go in there and have a look at them, please? God forbid you ask Grimoire about this. He's so naughty this week, does his job very poorly. We have loads of mice in there under the stairs, and I fear them to death. There was a rustle from behind. 2 cookies per mouse, and not a cookie less. The price raised after you pushed me down the stairs. Alice swung her wand at the cat again. Keep quiet, you slacker. I can stop feeding you at all, so don't get smart with me. witch who's afraid of mice. How very strange. Auntie pointed at the jars in the closet. And here we keep the seeds. They used to be in the basement, but some of them are very tearful at night, especially the seeds of mandrake. One of my students once stayed late and didn't return to the village. He spent the night in the basement and went insane because of their screams. Well, at least this one survived. And you said all your students had died? He hanged himself the next day. That's really creepy. Well, it is, of course, very educational, but I'm only 12 years old. I'm not used to seeing so many skulls in one day and hear about so many deaths. Indeed, enough deaths for me for one day. It's a little bit lemony snicket, I think. Lemony snicket. Wasn't my auntie afraid that I might change my mind about becoming her student after all these terrible stories? Or maybe she's just convinced that I am unusually brave. Oh, yes, sure, okay. Is it just me or does she get a little upset? Auntie took me by the hand and led me to the next room. This turned out to be the greenhouse. Cool, lots of deadly things in here. The room was filled to the brim with various pots, some of them even hovering above our heads, swaying dangerously. All the plants in the room moved like they were alive. Some of them, it seemed to me, yawned and nodded their heads. Right into the ceiling there hung some devices similar to watering cans, but I wasn't sure that it would be convenient to use them to water plants. At the far end of the room, there was a wardrobe, some bags and various gardening tools. There came a crash. Auntie grabbed me by the shoulders and pushed me aside. One of the cans fell a couple of inches from me. Damned builders. I told them that the ceiling watering cans weren't the best idea. They will definitely need to take them down. Anyway, they're not able to give the water to these beauties as they were meant to. By the way, here you have to move very carefully and don't wave your arms, if possible, or Tripians will seize you. Auntie Alice thought for a little bit and added in a whisper. And they can strangle. That's terrible, Auntie. Your home seems to be the most dangerous place on the entire planet. Yes, quite possibly. But you can survive here, right, boy? I'll try my best. She came up to one of the pots and began to pour water on it straight from her magic wand, which she extracted out of thin air every time. All these plants look cute, but you better be careful. Auntie began to point at different plants and talk a little bit about each of them. This one has poisonous petals, and that one in the centre has poisonous fangs, and the bud of that beautiful purple flower emits poisonous gas. In small doses it's not dangerous, but it can be harmful to stare at it for a long time. Is there anything not poisonous around here? Of course, these plants that look like lianas, they are not just poisonous, their poison is so deadly that one touch will be enough to send any person straight to heaven. And this bone tree here, it is quite safe until it catches you and bites off your head. How disturbing, Auntie, please can we just go to the next room? I'm not exactly a fan of botany and death. Jeez, with each room, the ways to die in this house are becoming more and more sophisticated. It's definitely gone very lemony snicket. I was scared, but right here in front of me, miracles were happening. I just looked at them with my mouth open. I've seen my aunt shoot all sorts of magic sparks from her fingers and wands before. I couldn't help but wonder. You'd already seen how Auntie fired various magical sparks. My fingers, but still, I couldn't help but be surprised. From the end of her wand came a bluish colour, and water came from there. It's just like a tap. This water, I must say, was much cleaner than water from the tap back home. It even glowed, like a crystal. Don't open your mouth so wide here, or some seeds can fall in it and something might grow inside of you. Something poisonous, for example. In the meantime, one of the mandrakes, just like a child, opened its contented mouth and enjoyed drinking from the magic wand. On seeing this, very soon other vegetables and fruits screamed and shouted, and something resembling a huge bunch of snakes began to swing its branches so violently that it almost broke a couple of pots. There. Now everyone get some water. Looks like I haven't watered them for a long time. Thomas, go outside for a second. I ran out of the room like lightning, and moreover I bent down and covered my head with my hands. It seemed to me that everything was going to blow up. The house shook with a deafening explosion and water flowed from under the door. In a few seconds it swung open and I saw wet Auntie Alice. Phew, I have watered them all. It shouldn't be this way. Thomas, you need to water them on time. Calling a waterfall is very tiresome. She said it as if I had done something wrong. Well, it's good you're alright. Such an explosion, I was really scared. Yes, it all ends well. Well, you'll need to water them from time to time. Me? Yes, housekeeping is the responsibility of a student. But you've never mentioned it? Don't worry, you can handle. Let's continue your introduction to the house. This room is more dangerous than a torture chamber. Everything will be fine, don't worry. Before I could open my mouth, my aunt grabbed my hand and led me to the uppermost floor of the house. We slipped through the library and quickly ran up the stairs. Well, here we are in the most important part of the house. This is my room, and here I make potions, read, and sleep. What about the library? That seems very beautiful to me. I would like to look around there. Auntie's face became serious. She frowned. The library is probably one of the most dangerous places in this house. Each time you have to pass by, try not to linger there. In my library there is a wide variety of books, even those that take away your life energy while you read them, and those that love eating little boys. Don't touch the books without me, Thomas. Did you remember all of it? Don't worry, such things are not easy to forget. I looked around. Happy to say the room was just like I imagined. This was the room in which potions were usually made. It had an enormous pot-bellied cauldron in the centre, and the shelves of the closet were filled with various potion cookbooks. There was a board on the wall behind the cauldron, similar to those used during the investigation in TV shows and films about the police. But here, instead of photos of people and crime scenes, there were pictures of various vessels, numbers, and all sorts of ingredients for work. Next to the board, there was a table and an arch leading to the balcony. To the right of the cauldron, there was a sofa, on which obviously my aunt sleeps. The room was very untidy. Pages of books, crumbs, and empty vessels were lying on the floor. The final detail was a huge tree, ridiculously sticking out of the wall, with the skulls of some odd beasts hanging from its branches. Auntie merrily ran up to the cauldron. Your main tool. With the help of this cauldron, you can cook anything, even a love potion. You speak like this is the most difficult portion. It is, so when you are creating potions of love, you practically fight against nature itself because it is imposed spell. Find the ingredients for such potion, you need to be a real daredevil. They are hidden in the darkest places of the magic lands. Magic lands? Sounds more cool than dangerous. It may not sound dangerous, but my cousin died on the moonfield of unicorns because of this potion. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Those stupid horses trampled him to death when they ran away from some kind of predator. At least that's what the council said. Seeing my surprised face, she continued. 3 witches, 3 best witches, are elected to the council every 3 years. Their duties, among other things, include the assessment of the skills of young witches and wizards. They are to assess your abilities, Thomas. Can we do this? Can we really make it? Everything will be just fine. Auntie changed the subject abruptly. And this board I used to invent new formulas, by the way. It's kind of dirty and needs proper cleaning. Okay, you'll do it afterwards. Me again, Auntie? That's easy. It will just take you a couple of minutes. Why can't you just tidy it up with magic? Really, it would be the most logical thing to do. You can't use magic for such trifles. It's not for that. Yes, but using it to scare the cat and teleport books is just fine. I yawned. Auntie drew a semicircle in the air with a blue glowing line. Numbers and arrows appeared on it. Seriously. To use magic to know the time, but force a 12-year-old boy to remove this whole mess. I'm sure that all of this can be done literally at the click of a finger. Oh, it is already late, but you should sleep well before the first task. Couldn't argue. By this point I only wanted to fall on the bed as soon as possible. All these miracles exhausted me. Okay, Auntie. We went down to the basement, which was now my room. Auntie rummaged through one of the drawers of the dresser and handed me a nightcap after shaking it off the dust properly. If you need something at night and you want to leave the room, put on that cap. It will save you from many dangers. Okay, sure. I hope nothing's going to eat me tonight. Ha ha ha. Don't be silly. Good night, Thomas. Good night, Auntie. You know, just in case something eats us in the night. Auntie left the room. I quickly undressed and wrapped myself in a blanket. I was very afraid that at night some unknown creatures might peep into my room, so I couldn't close my eyes. Every now and then I heard noises coming from upper floors, explosions, and once a green flash lit up the entire room. But gradually I became sleepy, and soon I began to snore, wrapped in 3 blankets. A strange noise woke me up. Some kind of hissing and I opened my eyes and immediately jumped out of bed. What the hell? Some sizzling green sludge was dripping on the floor right from the ceiling. Wait, no. Not from the ceiling. This strange sludge, or whatever it was, flew out in a slanting arc straight from a little bird, which continually jumped out of a clock. Apparently it tried to tweet, but instead it coughed terribly and spat out this weird stuff. A great start to the day. I didn't have time to get up, but I already had a chance to die. No rush. I'd rather wait for the bird to calm down. The bird spat out its filthy slush for a couple of times, then it finished its shelling and returned behind the dial. But I kept waiting for it to jump out again. A minute passed. Another one. Nothing happened. Therefore, thinking that I was quite safe, I left my bed. After I got dressed up, I found a note on the bedside table. It was a message from my aunt. Grimoire sat kingly near it. I swear that he wasn't here a second ago. He smiled at me like it was a cookie or something. He scared me. I cautiously reached for the letter. Dear nephew, I will be out all day. I went to the village to try my luck and sell a couple of potions during the fair. You'll have a great chance to explore the house and find the ingredients for the morning beauty potion that Mrs. Henderson ordered. Good luck. Here is the list of what you need. P.S. Be careful with the bird of the clock. It spits acid. Sorry, completely forgot to fix it. As soon as I return, I'll immediately take care of this. Grimoire was waiting for something. I turned over the list and looked at it. Ingredients: shards of a toothy plate, tooth of a diamond cruncher, fresh dust from 3 paintings, grated skull of the interworld tree, whispering leaf, soul of sweet tooth, couple of mandrake petals, and a sugar eye. There are so many strange things on the walls of these houses. In a second, Grimoire made a cloud and jumped on it. At first, I wanted to let you figure it all out for yourself, but I decided that I can't trust your dummy head. If you die, there will be no cookies for me this month. He floated closer to me. I put the list of your ingredients into your notebook. Otherwise, you Butterfingers would definitely lose it and we would have problems. Alice left a hint for each ingredient. I hope this might help you to complete the task. I got it, Grimoire. Thanks a lot. This list of ingredients just sure strange. I will try to find all this stuff. Grimoire looked at me with his narrowed eyes and left the room. Okay. Alright, just do it! I have an owlet. So, shards of a tooth plate. This plate can be found in the closet in the kitchen. Be careful with dishes, especially with other plates. They are very hot-tempered. So, there's a shaggy carpet in the hallway. I think you'll immediately notice it. You need the tooth from this monster. The powder from Touch of Tooth perfectly cleanses the skin. It's a very important ingredient. It's probably strange to see dust on the list, but properly prepared, it seems to make the skin glow with health. 3 paintings hanging in the hallway. This will be the freshest. So the skull, despite the terrible name, tree is almost not dangerous to little boys. Of course, Spot has a magical seal on it. Tear it off one of the skulls and grind it in a mortar on the desk in my office. Bucket of whispering leaves in my office. Choose the ones that tell poems. They have impeccable taste. So, soul of a sweet tooth. These creatures eat so many sweets that even their souls become sweet. Take 1 soul from a book in the library. You will find a book suspended on a chandelier. Do it fast, don't stick out there for a long time, it's still dangerous. In the greenhouse, pick a couple of mandrake petals. There's nothing complicated, just don't put your fingers in their mouth, they don't like it. And the sugar eye, you can get them out of the kitchen. Get them out of the can you'll find in the kitchen. Don't forget to wear a special glove, otherwise you'll be stuck into another worldly dimension. Fine. Okay. Right, and I've also got... my inventory. This is very cute. No. I wanted to save. Hi, Mr. Corners. save before bed? Okay, door to below. So we'll go that way. Dear, what a mess. There we go, save. Before I kill myself accidentally. Oh dear, what a mess. Well, okay, we don't touch the brooms, I got that. I guess it's better to touch nothing at all. I'll find the ingredients and that's enough for me. So, this is the tooth I need. Cool. I'm not reading about all this because there's a lot of text about the items, so. Oh my god, the thing talks! And has a cookie! Okay, now we're actually having a conversation with the freaking carpet. Okay, fine. Nowhere! Why did I learn to extract teeth nowhere? So you go through all the training first and then try pulling up teeth, rascal. You're seeing weird things, but I don't have time for this. I need to collect the ingredients for the potion. Ah, that's it. Well, why not just ask? There are some special forceps for such things in the table chest. Okay. Great, I've got the forceps. Okay, how do I then use that? Okay. There we go. Alright. There we go. I've got the forceps. Why are you standing there? Come quickly and pull out the tooth. I want to sleep. Clamped sharp bang with forceps sound. Oh, it hurts! Ah! Done. Well done, boy. Okay. So we need picture. We need a cloth though. Thank you for the host, Sammy and Dave. Okay, ingredients. I'm looking at the cat ball. Okay, we're just having a break from the talking. Wooden fish. Okay, we need a special glove. Okay, close the door. Whoa. Now we're getting attacked by plates. Why does it keep on going to the save thing? Moida! 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 Kill him! Okay. Collected shattered plates with a napkin. Okay, this is just terrible. Look at the portal admirers. People that draw portals. Okay. Block. Okay, so yeah, we've done very poorly so far. pie recipe. Ew. We don't eat beetles. Right, basement. Actual storeroom, and there's the cats. Are you, buddy? Cat hissed at me. None of your business, buddy. Mind your own business and don't touch me. You don't want to be scratched. Don't know what embarrassed me more, his hissing or his arrogance. Cute cat. Screw you. Okay, I've got a lot to do. Oh, hello. Did we get a rag? Yes. Pants. Yay, garden shares. Okay. Oh my god. That's just disturbing. Blimey. Screaming mandrake. Ah! Sleeping powder in the pantry. Yes, Johnny. Okay, well, I still need a special glove thing, so we'll go up. Dangerous. I climbed even higher and felt the fear gripping my throat, not letting me scream. Nothing terrible happened, nothing happened at all, but my eyes widened in horror, as if I saw a monster in front of me. Come a little closer, boy. Where's that? Thomas, come closer. This voice sounds familiar. Is it? Thomas, honey, I'm here. She was. My mum. I saw her near the table. She stood and smiled at me. I came closer. She caught my hand and pulled me to her. It seemed that I overcame the distance from the door to the table automatically. This is probably some kind of shock. My head suddenly became completely empty. Not a single coherent thought. Oof. I did a good stretch. Thanks for reminding me. Oh. Phone is now attacking me. Everything's good, Thomas. I'm here. Don't trust it. My mother smelled of strawberries and cinnamon. As always, her hands were so tender, but her fingers were more tenacious than usual. She looked at me and a warm smile appeared on her face. How is it possible, Mum? You're not with us anymore? So are you. Her smile turned into a scary grin. She threw her arms around me and the next second they became heavy. I was caught up by the branches with the books on their ends. They were opening or closing, hissing at me like snakes. I felt the touch of their rustling tongues. They seemed to crawl into my head, whispering and coaxing. Give us your soul and body, we will give you peace and oblivion. Suddenly, an incredibly powerful wave of sadness rolled over me. I wanted to perish, and the sooner the better. My eyes became wet. Mom, I miss you so much. She is here with us in oblivion, in peace. Put him down immediately! I don't know where this voice came from, but apparently he had the power over these books, because they immediately let me go. Whoever it was, he appeared just in time. Books neatly put me on the ground. One of the branches propped up my glasses and smoothed my hair. That's better. It's like the voice was very pleased with himself. Not knowing who I must thank for saving me, I looked around and said, "Thank you." Well, no one answered me, and I was about to leave the library when suddenly there was a crash near the door, and I abruptly jumped away from it. Where are your manners, boy? Is that how you should greet your saviour? On the other hand, you said thank you, and I no longer want to tear your head off like that. Between the door jamb and the arch, a yellow eye appeared. I screamed, like scalded. What the hell? You? What are you? The eye blinked in surprise. Calm down, boy. God, are you really the new student of Alice? Well, I hope you are at least sane enough not to stick your head in the chum-chum flower. No. The eye twisted back and forth. Foo-foo, it's a small space here. Not all the places in the house are comfortable. Give me a minute. The eye began moving in the gap between the arch and the joint. It's obviously cramped in there. 2 root tentacles jumped out of it. They pressed on the door jamb, and the wooden panels shifted slightly to the side. Ah, my poor old roots. Then he stopped moaning and smoothed his beard. It looked funny. So I'm your magical guardian and helper. My name is Fabien. Nice to meet you. An eye stretched out his wood tentacle to me. I was a little scared, but I thought it would be impolite if I didn't reach out with my hand to shake it. My name is Thomas, but you probably already knew that. I know. As soon as he touched me, I felt some sort of strange warmth filling me from within. Don't be afraid. Everything is fine. I just synchronized my consciousness with yours. So it'll be easier for me to follow you, and above all, you will have access to my archives. You can easily find out information about the subject or phenomenon that interests you. By the way, the main part of my archive, my pride, I put in a secret room in this house. I hope you can find it. You just need to carefully inspect everything. I don't understand it very well, but it sounds great. Thank you. Don't thank, boy. I just follow the orders of my mistress. Actually, Miss Grimoire should follow you and take care. And me, well, I am, as it was correctly said, your guide throughout this house. With those words, the eye went through the wall and disappeared. Thanks. What was the noise, boy? I was nearly strangled with books, but Mr. Fabien helped me. I looked guiltily down at the floor. What did you say, Mr. Fabien? This annoying, big-eyed plant bud? Who do you call a plant bud, mouse-eater? The tentacle suddenly fired from the wall. It lifted Grimoire by the tail and began to swing it. Meow! Let me go. Alice will punish you for this. Fabien threw the cat out the library. Good fellow when he keeps his mouth shut, I must say. I nodded and hurried off the library. But I need to go to the library. I have a book thingy to get. Alright, okay. Spines for the drawing of a sun. Okay. Guarded by a dangerous spell. Don't touch. Like a button. Why do we need to touch anything? Because I need to touch everything. Moon phases. Sinking sun. Soul of sweet tooth. The bird. Okay. Got page from the Book of Souls. Need to feed the bird with the mouse. Okay, the cat won't catch the mouse. Hmm. 2 cookies. I know where the cookies are. Okay. Christian. Map. Okay. Well, I mean, I know they said, you know, don't click on shit, but I like clicking on shit. Messy room. Toilet break. Archive room. Aww. Book. Paintings. Not to break anything. Okay. Illustrated record of becoming a magician. A nice big book. Grimoire of your memory. Okay. Got a medallion. I want to look at the things. Magical orders. Very rare moon. Ah, special glove. Poetry leaf. Dragon light. Oh my god. Boy, why are you looking like me like that? Want to say something? Didn't get a chance to say anything. No voice interrupted me. Laura, you're charming today as always. Get lost, old fool. Your words are like an axe to my roots. Would he try to intervene? Oh, sorry, I need to take one of your skulls, Madame Laura. The tree burst out laughing so loud he almost fell. Can't be done. All those skulls belong to me. I have a tree of interworlds, connect worlds with my roots, and feed on weak creatures like this old fool. Tree grinned. I will eat you someday, Vivien. No need to rush, darling. Are you weak, boy? She pierced me with her eyes. I'm strong. I have a strong spirit. My voice trembled, but I clenched my fists for more persuasiveness. You must be joking. My roots go through the universes. I've seen a lot and know a lot. You can't trick me like that. Although I have a suggestion for you. Take off my seal so that my roots grow into this world, and I will give you my skull. This boy is too smart for this, I hope. I am no fool. Don't take seal off. Hey, get a skull. Everyone gets a skull. Make sure Thomas is safe so we can get cookies. I am tired. What time is graph due to start? 11. That's just I'm tired. Yeah, I don't want a tree skull, but I need it for my potion. I'm just tired of reading. Well, there's a lot of reading for this. It's fine when it's story, but this is conversations with items. I got a skull. Got a skull. A tree hates me. Okay. We need your help. Did you already say this? You don't need to bring the mortar anywhere. Or is asleep now, so you can safely go back to the room. Oh, okay. Okay, peek inside. Right, okay. Potion mixer. Great. And a vessel of water. Hey, I have another ingredient. Oh, RB is how I get to this dude. I was trying to figure it out. Okay. So that's the outside. That's gotta be the guy that got turned into the cat. Front room. Kitchen. Bedroom. Wow. Creepy. Those are all the rooms. Hey. Thomas. Wow, there's a lot of text. Thomas. Grimoire. Mother. Laura. Yeah. Okay. These are scenes that have happened. Okay. Interesting. Yes, you did that. It was a Disco Elysium. Ooh. Oh, okay. Hello. Not an invisibility cloak, sadly. Ooh. I just blew up the cauldron. I have to die. Bell is used by the male bats. Cool. balcony. I need to find a rat. Potion recipe. It's a weed. Okay. Mind eaters. Find the cookies. I found cookies behind the thing. Okay, so we need the gloves. Take the thing. We got an eye. And then we need a duster. No, that's the plate. Don't need to use the plate. I just said 3. Okay. LB. Okay, so we've got shards of a tooth plate, tooth of a diamond grinder, dust of 3 paintings, grated skull whispering. We just need the thing, which means we need a rat, which means we need to go give the cookies to the cat. Oh, did we give the... Ah, there we go. Mine's first. Yeah, whiz ping. Feed the bird. Yuck. Dead mouse. Bird. Perfect. So I have all my ingredients. Oh no, we need to put the page. Got a song. Closet under the stairs, rank. Ooh. There we go. Perfect. All worked. Take a nap? We've got to make the potion. No, you want to take a nap first. God damn it. Did you find all the things? Turn to the voice. I thought you were always watching me. Wanted to chat a little. He sighed. Not now. I want to sleep. I walked to my bed and fell on it. Strange meow wake me up. Boring. He's got the hat on. Right. Save. So we still haven't got an achievement. I'm gonna have a look. 18 achievements. Find all skulls. Fail minigame. Complete on the first try. Cook a potion. Become Laura's breakfast. Oh. Right, if we took the seal off there, we would have got one. That's fair enough. I've got saves. Save the bear. Enemy of the bears. Defeat the banshee. Okay. Wow, this is quite scary. Okay, so we've saved. What happens if we load? We saw... If we skip through this... And then we can nip upstairs and take the seal off and get eaten by Laura, because we've got a save. Remove the seal. What have you done, Thomas? A smile on Laura's face changed to a cold grin. She laughed. There's a terrible cracking sound. The bookshelf hit the floor with all its foliants lying under my feet. The floor was decorated with colourful shards of glass, which used to be vessels just a minute ago. Blood fell on the cauldron and green water washed away the books. I wanted to run away, but branches caught me and I couldn't escape. I heard that somewhere in this house the chandeliers were falling down with a terrible sound. Boy, you are so He didn't finish. Laura's branches seized him. He tried to fight, but she was too strong and absorbed the old man. I was next. I managed to get hold on the candlestick, but it was just a matter of time. In a second I saw her cold blue eyes. Bon appetit. She ate me like a hot boy. I died. I am now a skull. But it's okay. We just load up the save that we took. Amuse me, boy. One eye open, I looked lazily at the cat sitting on the bedside cabinet. He busily adjusted his hat and looked at me with pitying eyes. Leave me alone, let me sleep. And anyway, how is it you turned out to be in my room? Grimoire grinned and abruptly jumped off the locker and began to walk on me as if I was a carpet. Excuse me? Your room? I think you're imagining things, boy. To begin with, this is Alice's house, and she's my girlfriend. Wait, ex-girlfriend. And I moved here much earlier than you appeared. So this house is also mine for quite some time. The whole house. Including this gloomy basement that you keep calling your room. I moved. I kicked the cat on the floor. I'm too tired to argue. Just let me sleep. I covered myself with a blanket, my head hidden from the cat, and hoped this conversation was over. But after a few seconds, I felt like something fell on me, and again, I got rid of the blanket and stared at Grimoire jumping all over me. Enough sleeping. Get up. Let's make a potion. Come on, it'll be fun. I don't think we can do one without Aunt. Have you forgotten that I was once a mage too, boy? Witchcraft loves the brave, as does potion making. Prove that you are worthy to be a student of Alice. Back to sleep. Leave me alone. Are you trying to tell me I'm a chicken? It won't work. Grimoire, of course, saved me during the day, but something told me that cooking a potion with him right now wasn't a good idea at all. Oh boy, you're so boring. Well, sleep tight then. Sleep like a dead mouse. The cat seemed to be offended. He left my room and I fell asleep fell into a dream. For a dream, I felt something creeping along my forehead like a worm. Wow, what's happening? I opened my eyes and saw Fabian pulling my hair with his wooden tentacle. Get up, boy. Alice is waiting for you. Why? What is it? Is she came back? Alice has to call you. That is all I know. By the way, she's very pleased with you, boy. Grimoire said that you brilliantly managed the collection of ingredients. Alice has already prepared a new list for you. I want to sleep more, a little longer. There was a crack, and Fabian was right in front of my nose. His big yellow eye looked as if with reproach. Get up, boy. Don't mess around. He reached out and then, groping for glasses on the table, put them on. What time is it? Clock is right above your bed. See for yourself. But they don't seem to work. This is now completely unimportant. Well, why are you moving like a dead turtle? Hurry up. I'm coming. So annoying. With a quick step, I went up the hall and went into the kitchen. Passing by the kitchen, I noticed the rays of the rising sun on the stone wall. Oh, it's morning already. Here I slept. With a quick step, I reached the stairs and went upstairs. Passing the pantry floor, I saw Grimoire hovering on a cloud. In his paws, he held Perfectly Criminal, the newspaper about criminals, I think. Hello? Grimoire, not distracting from reading, waved his tail. Thank you for placing me in front of my aunt. The cat ignored me, turning on his other side. How strange he is. I continued on my way up the stairs and soon found myself in my aunt's room. Good morning, Aunt. Auntie Fabian told me that... God, what's happened to you? See, Alice didn't look her best. Well, she was almost like a mad scientist with dark circles under her eyes who had been working on some kind of scientific experiment all night. My aunt smiled a strange smile, and her face became rather eerie, as if she wanted to eat me. Hey, Thomas. What's... Oh, God. Hey, hi, Thomas. Oh, my God, I've lost the voice. Hi, Thomas. Wow, it's morning already. Time flies too fast. You will need to do something about it. Greetings, Alice. Greetings, Thomas. Alice and I spent the whole night looking for a recipe for potion for advice and still found it. But it wasn't an easy thing. We'll deal with this later, and for now I will show you how to cook the potion of morning beauty. Yes, you could really use it, Auntie. Just like that. Maybe I'll learn a 30 first. I don't know if you want to save. Aunt abruptly cut me off and shook her finger. Do you remember what happened to the boy who likes to read books? If you are talking about textbooks, then you can learn all this only after obtaining a potions license. But now you're only required to collect the ingredients. We'll prepare the potions together and I will tell you what exactly and in what sequence to put in the cauldron. Alright? This will be an experimental modification of the potion, by the way. I want to try to strengthen some of its properties, so we will change the recipe on the go. Wait, don't start. The cat flew into the room on its clouds as if on a magic carpet. I want to see the show. Aunt went to the centre of the room, bending over the boiler, looked lovingly there. Taking a large spoon, she began to stir the liquid, whistling a cheerful tune. Why are you so happy, Alice? Do you think the guy will succeed the first time? Alice gave him a puzzled look. And why not? He will do everything under your leadership. You are a master, a genius in potion making. Won't do anything for nothing. Grimoire snorted displeasedly. Alice lured the cat with her finger and he climbed into her arms. 3 cookies for each potion cooked by Thomas. Grimoire smiled broadly for a moment and then screamed at me. Come on, get to it! Yeah, I'm coming. As the cauldron looked at my aunt, she smiled slyly and her eyes sparkled green due to the light from the cauldron. An atmosphere of something mysterious reigned around. Real magic is about to begin. Okay. What the ever-living hell am I supposed to do? Oh, right, okay. Great stuff. Thanks. Thomas, keep up the good work. I'll try, Auntie. Yay. At least I don't have to remember the sequence. Yay! Best student. Well, maybe this guy's growing wiser overnight. I wasn't stupid from the start. The statement looks rather debatable. Don't quarrel, boys. All's well that ends well. And that means that soon we'll be able to make something more grandiose. Rumar frowned. Of course, I get it all right. Excellent work and all. But Alice, don't you think it's too early for this? The guy obviously needs practice. What's wrong? He did it right. Practice is for those who fail to do something on the first try. And the real winners don't hesitate and take the next step as quick as possible to achieve their goal. Cool down, woman. This potion was too simple and still. The fact we didn't fly into the air with half the house is just absolute luck, not a sign of your apprentice's mastery. Especially considering that he didn't do anything really, he was just following your instructions. This is not important at all. Risking always works. What do you say, nephew? You're not afraid of any small explosions? This is such a trifle. Actually, I am. She looked at me closely. Well, it's up to you to avoid. Just try and be smart, like today, and everything will be fine. Or won't. Alice touched the hat of the cat. You are such a grumbler, dear. Must at least someone in this crazy house have common sense. Didn't ask to be that someone. Great. It's time for Anne to go to work. See you tonight, Thomas. Be careful. Here is a new list of everything you need, and by the way, I will give you one of the ingredients. This time I decided to help you a little. Wanted to give me some kind of blue key, but tripped over something and dropped it from her hands. Ouch! The key fell in the cauldron and drowned in a seething potion. Okay, everything is okay. Okay, it won't melt in there so quickly, just find the ladle. It must be somewhere behind the sofa. Great help. Okay. Press list, boiling cauldron, and a cat. Okay, so limited to 6 slots, so let's override that one. Sort of want to load up, fail that to get an achievement. Let's fail the potion. Just for an achievement. And then go back and see what happens if you select the other thing with a cat. What games? Oh, Among Us. Screwing up the potion for an achievement. Uh-oh. Oops. We broke it. Oh no. Potion loser. Oops. Failed mistake. Oops, oops, oops. Grand explosion. Woo! Okay. skip. Okay, so I'm gonna... I just like to go back and see things. Because this seems to be a game where I'm like multiple choices. See what happens if we don't go to sleep. I like... Alright, okay. Make a potion. Throw in the ingredients. And go in. Sickly green potion. Star. Colour. Something violet. Suddenly a huge tentacle shot out of the liquid. I instantly enveloped my hand and pulled me towards the monster. Grimoire, help me! Meow. The cat tried to hit the tentacle with its paw, but it didn't help. And Grimoire drew sharp claws and thrust them into the thing from the cauldron. The tentacle loosened, and I immediately rushed to the door. Thomas, it seems that something went wrong. Something? It all went wrong. The tentacle again tried to grab me. Managed to bounce to the side, and it landed on the floor with a loud slap, splashing green liquid on Lass's sofa. And this wasn't all. The tentacle frantically twitched, scattering thick drops in all directions. Gods, everything will be covered in this strange goo. This is the end. This is the end. The end! Even if we get out of there, Sal's will certainly kill us for all this mess. Apparently this wasn't enough for the monster from the cauldron. He threw a second tentacle at me and it wrapped tightly around my leg. Grimoire, help! I tried to fight back, but the tentacle pulled me towards the monster with great force. Desperately gripped on a board protruding from the floor. Who would help me, boy? Saw a third tentacle squeeze the wriggling Grimoire and drag him straight into the cauldron. Grimoire, oh my god, I don't want to die like that! It would be better if the folio fell on me! The tentacle gripped my leg tightly. The next second I rushed back, flew into the cauldron without a chance to cling to anything at all. I still had to try my first potion. It was sweet, I guess. Dragon from the boiler! Cook a potion with Grimoire. Okay. Are you nearly ready to start, Scruff? Because I feel like I'm about ready to finish. Okay. So, we did 2 bad endings. We failed a potion, we succeeded a potion, and we have a fresh list. What do we have here? Repair the clock. Find the cabinet. So we need blue melted key. Bad things shouldn't be purple. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this is so confusing. So yeah, so this became very much more of a sort of point and click adventure, I can see. My brain is just quite tired. I think I actually just might leave it here. Got 4 achievements, that's pretty good. We found the point and click part. I don't know whether I'm going to continue this on stream. I feel like there's a lot of talking, and we had the story bit at the beginning. I might just say, voila, you've had your fun, and I'll do something else next week. I gave it a good run. It's a nice game. I just, you know, I'm just tired. We'll see how I feel next week. So I'm just gonna... Just waiting for Scruff. Are you ready to go live, Scruff? We have a shadow girl. I'm not quite finishing, I'm just... Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good story, and I'm enjoying it. I just, you know, not sure about finishing it on stream. I feel like I'm skipping through text a bit, and it's not as fun. Now I'm stuck behind the sofa. Yeah, I don't mind, like, story talking, but when you get into a point and click, and then you have, like, all of the interaction talking, it's just a bit too much. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Scruff to go live so I can do a raid. So we'll just see what happens here. And we're just gonna hit a save on the Shadow Girl as well. So I feel like this is going to be an important point. But yeah, now my throat... I've done a lot of talking with interviews. It was probably a bad idea to do story time today, but no, I was having fun. Okay, let's do this one little mini game left, and then hopefully then Scruff will be live and we can do a raid. Malicent. Okay, so it's either a rocking horse, a horse on a banana, or a horse on the crescent moon. Okay. Dice, Rubik's Cube, Sugar Cube. Nice. Okay. Tennis ball, chocolate candy, cheese ball. It's more like a marble. Tennis ball. Okay. Chocolate, box of chocolates, chess. Cool. Yay, got a ladle. Okay, so I got the ladle. I will use the ladle to get the key out of the potion thing, but I'm going to use the... Cool, I'll see you in a moment. I don't know why I'm shouting. So I'm just going to get the key out of the thing because I'll forget otherwise, but I will reload the Shadow game and fail it miserably to see if that gets me an achievement in a minute. Right. Got a key. Okay, so I'm gonna save here, and then we are going to load and see if we can get another achievement for failing the Shadow game. Just because why not? Okay, so it is a rocking horse. It is a sugar cube. Candy. Box of chocolates. Oh, alright, fine. I imagine chess, but there we go. Oh, the girl took my hand and I felt her cold touch. Precisely, she took my shadow by the hand. Wait, I am the shadow. I became a shadow, Thomas. I died. It takes two. Innocent. My shadow. Kind of like the die screen thing. Cool. Alright, so we're going to flip to the end screen now because Scruff's going live and we'll do a raid. But thank you very much for everyone joining me today. It's been fun. We had a good story time. I think I'm going to finish this game off stream, but we got 5 achievements and we had some fun. But I feel like it's just going to be lots of potions and not like story end type things. So, you know, there we go. So, yeah, this time I'm actually ready to say goodbye. So we're going to raid Scruff. Cool, we're going to raid Scruff, and I'm going to say I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Thank you so much for watching with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next week probably, unless I feel like streaming at the weekend. Good night.